Peace, peace, peace. Back in the building with another video. Comment, like, subscribe at Buck Preacher 2283. I had to get in here, fam, on the Fresh and Fit podcast. Myron putting his hands on a woman today. Are we surprised? I mean, this guy, parents came from Sudan or something, and I think he's a Muslim, and you know how they kind of like treat their women, so to speak. Not all Muslims, but just in Muslims country, just the fact they make their women cover up, that's a topic for another day. I'm pretty sure every woman running around a Muslim country don't want to be wrapped up in cloth all day with their arms and just these ridiculous things they wear. And, whatever reason they give for making a women do that. But a lot of them also put hands on a women. Not all, but a lot. So I wasn't surprised when I seen him trying to fight a woman because in their culture, that's what they do, man. They slap their women around. We know this to be true. I'm not making this up. A lot of them lead with an iron fist. I didn't seen stories about they whoop their women and children, man. So I'm not surprised that he tried to put his hands on a black woman like that, because that's what a coward would do. He's always shown himself to be a coward, you know what I mean? The fact that it was recorded and it was on somebody's platform, she needs to probably sue whatever platform allowed him to do that on screen, as far as putting his hands on her and calling her out his name. Now, I'm not going to sit here and insult him any further than I have to, because only a coward puts his hands on women, you know what I mean? So that should be a pop in his balloon, podcasting, whatever you want to call it. I didn't agree with the video. It was kind of like, it made you angry to a certain degree, but, for one, now that he been showing who he was, so for black women and men alike to keep running up in there to give him any kind of debate or whatnot, that's kind of like on you at that point. Not as far as him putting his hands on you, but just dealing with somebody who has that kind of ignorance about themselves. Because we have to remember what racism is. It's not some grand scheme of things. A racist person is ignorant, period. You know what I mean? Most of them is uneducated, most racists, and most of them mad at themselves for just basically the way they look. You know what I mean? When you find the average racist running around, they're not confident people. They be these people who are mad at their lives, mad at the way they look, very uneducated. So I would employ people to stop going up there doing any kind of podcast with this guy. You get what I'm saying? And he did this after he got the wake-up call. Remember when he was in the chat with the white guys and he thought he was bashing black folks, hollering that brown stuff, and the white guy asked him, "What makes you think we want you here?" Because you doing what you do. See, that's another get you gotcha. You get what I'm saying? He looks black, right? All day, but he's not. But what he don't understand is that white guy that was talking to him in the chat still is gonna view him as black, because you have all the features of a black man. You could try to holler that brown and separate yourself, but they don't look at it that way. And that's once again on his ignorance, you know what I mean? Because basically, you get clowns like him that feel like, oh, I want to be a part of their community so bad that I'll let them use me. And dude told him straight out, hey, we don't want your help. You didn't build a country. I mean, you can Google him in that chat with that white guy, Myron from Fresh and Fit. So for him to still be on the nonsense after such an awakening just shows his ignorance, man. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure that black guy that be on that podcast with him been knowing how he is. But you should never tolerate anyone that much to where you'll sit up and deal with their racism and their ignorant views, him hollering about he never date a black woman, I'm pretty sure it's not a lot of black women that's trying to date him as either. You get what I'm saying? So for him to talk about how he would never date a black woman, what makes you think a black woman trying to date you, you weirdo? You get what I'm saying? We have some of the strongest women on the planet. And for cats like him, especially him hollering that, hey, a man is supposed to lead and, you know, you supposed to submit and, you know, to a certain degree. You get what I'm saying? But your wife is your partner, man. Your mate is your partner. You get what I'm saying? It's not some tool you get to just put behind you and say, follow me. I mean, now, if you want that kind of female, that's different. But in reality, you want a strong woman behind you. You want a woman who's going to have some say-so about everything going on, because all that shows is strength. Now, you want you a little weak, submissive, can't think for themselves woman. They have those too. I prefer having a partner. Somebody that's going to let me know what they're thinking. That's going to come up with ideas. And you know, that's the black woman, man. The black women are not, and some of them, and don't get it twisted, some black women are submissive. This myth out there that black women aren't submissive, that's just another myth. It's a bunch of black women support their husbands and do that as they supposed to. So this myth that it doesn't go on is just that. It's a myth. You get what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like I said, you don't want no just person who can't think for themselves. Some guys do, because it makes it easier for them to be in control. But that's an insecure dude. You know, that's this insecure cat that basically wants somebody to follow his lead, and whether he crashes out like he did on that podcast today, you will reap the repercussions from that. You get what I'm saying? So you don't want to be getting led by no idiot, especially idiot like Myron Gaines. You get what I'm saying? So you know I had to get in here once I seen the video and get on his helmet hollering about he don't date black women. What makes you think a black woman wants to date you? You're a weirdo. You know what I mean? Out here hollering about, and what makes you think any woman from any race want to date you with the ignorance you're displaying? You get what I'm saying? We have to remember, like I said, the racism, man, is just an ignorance being displayed by probably some low-level thinking person who just don't know no better. And some of them do. But, you know, because I run into racists who are older than me. Remember, I'm over 50, and that's laughable, because at the end of the day, I'm like, if you over 30 and you haven't figured out that you don't control race, God does, you're that kind of dummy that I just can't even deal with. You know what I mean? Like, just get away from me and stay away from me. I don't need that kind of ignorance around me, a person who hasn't figured out that God put everyone here. You don't get to decide. I don't care what kind of system you support. You don't get to decide whom is born on this planet. You get what I'm saying? And if you haven't figured that out, maybe by your late 20s, then you just a dummy who gonna succumb to their ignorant ways. And it's kind of sad, because some of them think they're Christians and they're going to some kind of heaven when the Bible says thou shalt not hate. Now imagine a person being that ignorant. Now, what I think needs to happen is his numbers need to go down, never to go back up. I think African Americans do not need to visit his platform to debate anything. He just showed you he's not there to debate. He attacked a woman today. You know what I mean? He's not going to try that in a room full of real African American men. You know, but he does it with these other clowns, whomever there supported him today with that going on. They don't need to have no career neither. You know what I mean? I don't agree with any man putting his hands on a woman under any circumstances. I have 3 daughters. You know what I mean? So I'm not supporting any clown like that. So yeah, let's make sure he's not trending online no more, because that's what he's been chasing anyway. Even with the race baiting, you get what I'm saying? But today he crossed the line, putting his hands on that sister. You know what I mean? I sure wouldn't mind having a talk with him one-on-one. You get what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you have no business putting your hands on a woman. I want to know what y'all think. Do you think he should be just expelled from social media? Or do you think he should be forgiven once again to do the same stuff down the line? You know what I mean? How he is trending is beyond me. But I want to know what y'all think. Get in the comments. Let me know. Let's deal with this clown and this bozo and make sure he never has a platform again. Peace.